Let me tell you a terrifying story about a hospital parking lot. Mary's best friend Emma had been gravely ill and hospitalized for months. From the moment Emma was admitted, Mary frequently visited her, offering encouragement and support. Emma had been so weak, so hopeless, nearly consumed by the illness, but thanks to Mary's care, she began to change. Slowly, she regained her will to live and started cooperating with her treatments. As Emma's condition improved, Mary no longer visited every day. Instead, she set a schedule every weekend. Without fail, she would come to see Emma. Then came that fateful weekend. That Saturday, Mary had to work late. She almost missed her visiting hours, but she managed to rush to the hospital just before it got too late. However, when she stepped into Emma's hospital room, her heart froze. Emma's bed was occupied by someone else. Confused, Mary stood there staring. Suddenly, a pair of hands covered her eyes from behind.
Guess who?
Mary turned around, stunned. Standing there, alive and well, was Emma. The girl who had once been frail and sickly now looked full of energy, her smile radiant.
You're better?
Mary stammered in disbelief. Emma smirked.
What, are you not happy for me?
No, of course I'm just surprised.
Emma laughed.
It's all thanks to you, Mary. If it weren't for your visits, I wouldn't be here today.
Before Mary could respond, Emma grabbed her hand and said,
Let's go out and eat something nice. I haven't been outside in so long. I almost forgot what the world looks like.
Without waiting for Mary's agreement, Emma pulled her toward the elevator. The hospital's parking lot was on level B2, underground. It wasn't very big, but it was packed with cars. Hospitals are busy places after all, but something about it felt off, as if the shadows clung too tightly to the walls. Mary and Emma got into the car, chatting as they buckled in. Suddenly, Emma's expression changed. Her face went pale.
Mary, look,
she whispered, pointing at something outside the car window. Mary followed her gaze. A tall, gaunt man in his 60s, with sickly dark skin, was walking toward a nearby car.
What? What's wrong? What about him?
Mary asked, puzzled. Emma's voice trembled.
that man, he used to be in my hospital ward. But he died 2 days ago. I saw them take his body to the morgue with my own eyes.
Mary froze.
Are you sure? Maybe you're mistaken.
Yeah, I'm not wrong. Look at his clothes. His family had him dressed in funeral attire before he was taken away. I remember it perfectly.
Emma's fear was contagious. A wave of unease washed over Mary.
Let's just get out of here.
Emma whispered. Mary nodded and reached for the car door handle, but when she tried to open it, nothing happened. The door wouldn't budge.
It doesn't open.
Mary muttered, pulling harder. She tried every door, but they were all stuck.
Mary, what's happening?
Emma's voice grew panicked.
Help! Somebody help us!
Emma screamed, pounding on the window. From the corner of her eye, Mary saw 3 people approaching the car, 2 women and 1 man. At first, she felt relieved, but as the figures got closer, something about them seemed wrong. Their movements were stiff, their faces blank and emotionless. Emma clutched Mary's arm, her nails digging in.
Mary, those people, they're patients from my ward. They all died recently. What?
Mary's voice caught in her throat. She turned to look at the figures again. Their hollow eyes stared straight into the car. Suddenly, Mary realized Emma was silent. She turned. Emma was gone. The passenger seat was empty. Mary's breath quickened as she looked outside. The parking lot had changed. The cars were gone. In their place were rows upon rows of hospital beds, each one covered with a white sheet. Shapes lay beneath the sheets, unmoving. Mary's body felt numb. The cold seeped into her bones. Her vision blurred, and slowly she slumped forward, her world fading into darkness. The next morning, 2 hospital staff pushed 2 bodies into the morgue.
Oh, 突样体暴变，我的佩蒂。
One nurse sighed.
What happened?
Her colleague asked. The nurse shook her head.
It's about those 2 girls, Emma and Mary. I heard they were best friends. Emma passed away yesterday morning from her illness. And Mary was on her way to visit Emma last night when she died in a car accident.
Both of them gone. Such a tragedy.
The colleague replied, shaking his head. Somewhere faintly, a voice seemed to echo.
Mary, remember? We're best friends, forever. No matter where I go, you'll come with me, won't you?
Of course, we will always be together forever.